Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 24th May. A journey through time of 24th May 2025 Saturday. Today that is 24th May highlight in history. 1607. Jamestown, the first permanent English colony in North America, is founded. 1621. The Protestant Union is formally dissolved. 1626. Peter Minute buys Manhattan. 1667. The French Royal Army crosses the border into the Spanish Netherlands, starting the War of Devolution, opposing France to the Spanish Empire and the Triple Alliance. 1683. The Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, England, opens as the world's first university museum. 1689. The English Parliament passes the Act of Toleration, protecting dissenting Protestants but excluding Roman Catholics. 1738. John Wesley is converted, essentially launching the Methodist movement. The day is celebrated annually by Methodists as Aldersgate Day, and the church service is generally held on the preceding Sunday. 1798. The Irish Rebellion of 1798, led by the United Irishmen against British rule, begins. 1813. South American independence leader Simon Bolivar enters Merida, leading the invasion of Venezuela, and is proclaimed El Libertador, the Liberator. 1822. Battle of Pichincha. Antonio Jose de Sucre secures the independence of the presidency of Quito. 1832. The first kingdom of Greece is declared in the London Conference. 1844. Samuel Morse sends the message, "What hath God wrote," a biblical quotation, Numbers 23:23, from a committee room in the United States Capitol to his assistant Alfred Vail in Baltimore, Maryland, to inaugurate a commercial telegraph line between Baltimore and Washington, D.C. 1856. John Brown and his men kill 5 slavery supporters at Pottawatomie Creek, Kansas. 1861. American Civil War. Union troops occupy Alexandria, Virginia, with Colonel Elmer E. Ellsworth becoming the first Union officer to be killed during the war. 1873. Patrick Francis Healy becomes the first black president of a predominantly white university in the United States. 1883. The Brooklyn Bridge in New York City is opened to traffic after 14 years of construction. 1900. Second Boer War. The United Kingdom annexes the Orange Free State. 1915. World War I. Italy declares war on Austria-Hungary, joining the conflict on the side of the Allies. 1930. Amy Johnson lands in Darwin, Northern Territory, becoming the first woman to fly solo from England to Australia. She left on May 5 for the 11,000-mile flight. 1935. The first night game in Major League Baseball history is played in Cincinnati, Ohio, with the Cincinnati Reds beating the Philadelphia Phillies 2-1 at Crosley Field. 1940. Igor Sikorsky performs the first successful single-rotor helicopter flight. 1940. Acting on the orders of Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, NKVD agent Losif Grigulevich orchestrates an unsuccessful assassination attempt and exiled Russian revolutionary Leon Trotsky in Coyoacan, Mexico. 1941 World War II Battle of the Atlantic. In the Battle of the Denmark Strait, the German battleship Bismarck sinks the Pride of the Royal Navy HMS Hood, killing all but 3 crewmen. 1944 Borse Berlin building burns down after being hit in an air raid during World War II. 1944 Congress of Parliament occurs, which establishes a provisional government in Albania in areas under partisan control, the first independent Albanian government since 1939. In honor of this, the national emblem of Albania inscribed this date from 1946 until 1992. 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Egypt captures the Israeli kibbutz of Yad Mordechai, but the 5-day effort gives Israeli forces time to prepare enough to stop the Egyptian advance a week later. 1956 The first Eurovision Song Contest is held in Lugano, Switzerland. 1958 United Press International is formed through a merger of the United Press and the International News Service. 1960 Following the 1960 Valdivia earthquake, the largest ever recorded earthquake, Cordon Cole begins to erupt. 1961 American Civil Rights Movement. Freedom riders are arrested in Jackson, Mississippi for disturbing the peace after disembarking from their bus. 1962 Project Mercury. American astronaut Scott Carpenter orbits the Earth 3 times in the Aurora space capsule. 1967 Egypt imposes a blockade and siege of the Red Sea coast of Israel. 1967 Bille de Jour, directed by Louis Buñuel, is released. 1976 The Judgment of Paris takes place in France, launching California as a worldwide force in the production of quality wine. 1981 Ecuadorian President Jaime Roldos Aguilera, his wife and his presidential committee die in an aircraft accident while traveling from Quito to Japitilo minutes after the president gave a famous speech regarding the 24 de Mayo anniversary of the Battle of Pichincha. 1982 Liberation of Khorramshahr. Iranians recaptured the port city of Khorramshahr from the Iraqis during the Iran-Iraq War. 1988 Section 28 of the United Kingdom's Local Government Act in 1988, a controversial amendment stating that a local authority cannot intentionally promote homosexuality, is enacted. 1991 Israel conducts Operation Solomon, evacuating Ethiopian Jews to Israel. 1992 The last Thai dictator, General Suchinda Kraprayon, resigns following pro-democracy protests. 1992 The ethnic cleansing in Kozarak, Bosnia and Herzegovina begins when Serbian militia and police forces enter the town. 1993 Eritrea gains its independence from Ethiopia. 1993 Roman Catholic Cardinal Juan Jesus Posadas Ocampo and 5 other people are assassinated in a shootout at Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla Guadalajara International Airport in Mexico. 1994 4 men are convicted of bombing the World Trade Center in New York in 1993. Each one is sentenced to 240 years in prison. 1995 While attempting to return to Leeds Bradford Airport in the United Kingdom, Night Air Flight 816 crashes in Dunkeswick, North Yorkshire, killing all 12 people on board. 1999 The International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia in The Hague, Netherlands indicts Slobodan Milosevic and 4 for war crimes and crimes against humanity committed in Kosovo. 2000. Israeli troops withdraw from southern Lebanon after 22 years of occupation. 2002. Russia and the United States signed the Moscow Treaty. 2014. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake occurs in the Aegean Sea between Greece and Turkey, injuring 324 people. 2014. At least 3 people are killed in a shooting at Brussels Jewish Museum of Belgium. 2019. 22 students die in a fire in Surat, India. 2019. Under pressure over her handling of Brexit, British Prime Minister Theresa May announces her resignation as leader of the Conservative Party effective as of June 7. 2022. A mass shooting occurs at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, United States, resulting in the deaths of 21 people, including 19 children. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, subscribe and share.